So I'm not sure if you've heard of the Mandela Effect, but I don't know why they just don't call it the Jim Carrey Effect, personally. But stay tuned till the end to find out. Right now, before we dig too deep into the Mandela Effect phenomenon and its wormhole, let's do a mental exercise. I will present two similar images, and you will select which one is correct and which one is wrong. Is the image on the left the correct image, or is it the image on the right? If you said left, you guessed correctly. Moving right along, is the image on the left correct, or the image on the right correct? If you said right, then you are right. Okay, this one's almost too easy. Left, or is it the one on the right? And this surprises most people, and this is where we get into the Mandela effect. It was one on the left. Allow me to paraphrase. Mandela Effect is a phenomenon where a large group of people share a false memory about a significant event or detail. So by now you probably know what a collective memory is, hopefully. So a false collective memory. It describes a situation where a large number of people have the same inaccurate memory about an event or a detail. So a regular collective memory would be the opposite of that. This comes from Fiona Broome. She noticed many people shared her false memory of Nelson Mandela dying in prison. I don't know about you, but I watched the news as a kid, and I remember him getting out of prison. There are other ones about like C-3PO from Star Wars. He was all made out of gold, but he wasn't really. So here's the psycho explanation. Experts attribute the Mandela effect to normal memory processes like misattribution and the influence of suggestion from outside forces. But what if they're wrong? What if it was much simpler than all of this? So basically, the Mandela effect refers to a situation in which a large number of people believe in one thing and they remember it to be that way, but they are wrong. So this Fiona Broome character, she remembers something wrong in history, in this case Nelson Mandela dying in prison, somehow produces this phenomenon or effect. Come on, guys. Despite its origins, it's all really just bullshit. It's that you're not remembering things properly. I don't remember him holding a turkey leg in his hand. Henry VIII, I am. I don't remember him holding a turkey in his hand, but here's more Star Wars stuff once again. I mean, I remember like Popeye's chicken and Empire chicken, but I don't know what you're talking about. The mirror, mirror on the wall. There's mistakes. Just people didn't hear them pronounce it correctly, or it sounded symphonically a certain way better, or they just basically don't know geography for shit. I mean, there's always that. Like, Berenstain Bears. I mean, just pay attention to the books that you're reading, and you won't really have these problems, especially fundamentally as a child. And there's Sally Field's famous Oscar speech. This gets brought up a lot. Millions and millions of teary-eyed fans remembered Sally Field's 1985 Oscar speech going, "You love me, you really love me." When in fact she said, "I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me." And I love how widely this is blamed on the internet and all these theories on Jim Carrey, because in the movie The Mask, he delivers a line and he goes, "You love me, you really love me." And it's in clear homage to Sally Field's speech, but it's still, Jim Carrey, it's all your fault, this whole crazy thing. You love me. You really love me. Looney Tunes, I mean, anybody knows. I don't even need to read this stuff on the internet. I'm just showing you. It's Merry Mellies, Looney Tunes. So keep in tune, keep in melody. It's all music lingos. That's how it was spelled. If you ask me if it was Jif or Jiffy, I would have known it was Jif. See you in a Jif. But average consumers with Jiffy Pop and Jiffy Lube apparently get confused. Just like with Fruit Loops. I mean, we all remember the two O's, but we don't think it's on top. No way would they make a typographical error. No, it just looked better. Just like the Fruit of the Looms. People think because it's a loom, it's going to be coming out of a cornucopia. I don't know. But I know it's not, because I remember the logo. I fall weak in the category personally of these Star Wars C3PO things, but there are plenty of fanatics of that film out there who could really probably tell you a lot more about that. As far as Play It Again, Sam, well, I studied the screenplay on this one, so I have an unfair advantage. I recall Murphy Brown's relative Ingrid Bergman saying, "Play it once, Sam," just because I had to fucking study it. This one I had no idea. I always thought it was in the neighborhood, but whoops. And the Monocle and Monopoly, I just completely surprised by that one. It's like, I want my life back. But that one gets blamed on Mr. Peanut. And again, Jim Carrey. I mean, I shit you not. They may as well call it the friggin' Jim Carrey effect, for crying out loud. I get it. He was like the 90s male icon. So instead of like blaming Jim Carrey or the peanut butter or peanut manufacturer companies, like, let's just think about our memories here. These are false memories. That's right. I'm telling you, faulty memory may very well be leading to this phenomenon that we're discussing here today, because we're not remembering things the way that they actually happen, occur, etc. Interesting Hollywood facts. Mr. Rogers, okay. Well, a lot of little kids watch that. And the Monopoly guy, I'm kind of blown away by that. But again, these false memories. It's the way that we associate things like, well, if you don't know presidential history, you wouldn't have known about Alexander Hamilton. I know that he had a big standoff with Aaron Burr and shot and killed him, but I remember that from a milk commercial from back in the day. His milk was empty, but he used a giant steak knife for his peanut butter. Anyway, so scientifically, this is broken down to something that's called confabulation. Say it's not lying, it's just more like filling in memories that never happened. But to me, that's the same thing. We're lying to ourselves, right? I just think it's us being forgetful, really. Or we could go on, just keep blaming Jim Carrey. Though he can be, there's misleading post-event information, so you can kind of blame Jim Carrey for making this speech that was supposed to be like Sally Fields, but it was different, or for, making the monocle joke when it didn't exist. Not once exist on the Monopoly Man. But science goes with priming and describes the factors leading up to an event that affects your perception, and priming is the difference between basically asking how short a person is versus how tall a person is. I mean, it's just a little different. But memories are vulnerable bits of information they store in certain parts of the brain. These alternate realities are just showing you that, unfortunately, the idea of alternative realities it's kind of unfathomable. Because not everyone remembers certain facts and things like that. So what happens is pop culture resurfaces them through time and just kind of puts a new image in our minds. That and, well, the fact that most people are stupid. So basically, the Mandela Effect just means you misremember things. You don't recall things properly. In fact, one study showed that people only call about 76% of mistakes are made when they try to recall information. That's a 24% accuracy ratio, which is kind of scary when you think about it. I wonder if we can find a way to blame Jim Carrey for that, too. Okay, is the image the correct one on the left or on the right? If you said right, you were right. Now, this one I obviously know. Is it Flintstones or is it, what do they say here? Flint Stones. This one's easy to me because it was named after Flint, like you light fire with Flint, and it was named after stones because it was prehistoric times. So I knew that since I was a little kid. Kind of as obvious as Jif or Coca-Cola or the Looney Tunes to me personally, and even the Fruit Loops one. I mean, is it left, right, left, right? Of course it's going to be the one with the double loops. We all remember that. Just remember what the box looks like. What's in the box? I'll show you with the box. Who's in the box? But it happens to all of us. I remember as a kid thinking they would say, and the heart attack would say, in the show Golden Girls, and I'm not alone on this one because a lot of other people thought that. And if you grew up in the LA area or Southern California area, you may remember Cal Worthington. Either way, in his song, in his little jingle, he would say, "Go see Cal, go see Cal, go see Cal," but it sounded like he was saying "Pussy cow, pussy cow, pussy cow." And I was a kid, and all the other little kids, and even grown adults would be like singing the catchy song, "Pussy cow, pussy cow, pussy cow," and no one knew. That's just poor production quality. Truth of the matter, none of us can know everything. Like, not everybody knows how the Beatles is spelled. They actually spell it with an A intentionally so that it sounds like a beat. So I think this could all be chalked up to terrible 24% horrible access to the human memory. Or we can make believe there's some magical wormhole and keep calling it the Mandela Effect, or the Jim Carrey Effect, or the milk commercial effect. Why did milk need commercials? Or the Cal Worthington effect, or even the Golden Girl effect. Thank you for being a friend.